Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my 8-week pregnancy update. I can barely believe, guys, that I am 8 weeks pregnant, solely because it's literally officially have been a little over a month since I found out I was pregnant with baby number 4. And it's just so crazy to think that a whole entire month has passed since I found out I was pregnant. It's going by extremely fast. But with 8 weeks comes lots of exciting things, and one of those things was my very first ultrasound. I was super nervous prior to going to my ultrasound appointment, but I was also super excited because I feel like up until you get your first ultrasound, you know you're pregnant, but you just want to hear that heartbeat. And within that appointment, you do get to hear that. And baby's heartbeat was 169 beats per minute, so very nice and strong. We actually could see the baby move very little within the womb as well, and that was just really exciting, seeing this little girl or guy just bouncing around and overall doing so well and is healthy and strong. So here are the ultrasound pictures that I received. This was my first time getting an ultrasound where it wasn't just like over the belly and they actually had to go in there. So that was very new to me because with all of my other 3 pregnancies, I never had that done to me, to be honest. So that was definitely new. So the pictures are so different in comparison to some of the pictures that I got for my other 3 children. And by that I mean, like, I don't really have like more like a side profile look of the baby at this stage. I pretty much have like the back end of it. So this was the pictures I received. The first one is showing the nice strong heartbeat, and the bottom one is the cute little photo of the baby. So according to my bump app, at week 8, the baby is actually the size of a raspberry. So one of the notable things that I read about week 8 is that the baby definitely has fingers and toes, even though they are webbed together, and they for sure have lost their tail. So that's exciting. So the baby's already starting to develop and look more and more like a baby. Overall in week 8, I still felt pretty nauseous. I have been continuously like taking the medication that my doctor had suggested for me to take to help with the nausea and vomiting, but my appetite is still pretty much non-existent, and overall I still feel a bit nauseous throughout the day. So I find myself just snacking on crackers. I think my husband got me ginger snaps at one point, but even then I still did not feel 100% the best. The good thing is that since I've been taking that medication, the Ultrasound, I have been feeling better than what I was, but not 100%. And I felt like before that it was working, but now I feel like it's not working as well. I don't know if it's because my morning sickness is, progressively getting worse, and as a result of that, maybe the half of the 25 milligram that they're telling me to take is not enough. But at the same time, I don't want to take the whole 25 milligram. I know it probably doesn't make much sense, but just taking medication, as I mentioned in my last video, is just already kind of nerve-wracking, and you kind of want to avoid doing that. So I feel like I'm kind of just struggling, but trying to like push along and just get past this point of feeling sick and feeling just not my normal self. And I'm really looking forward to the 2nd trimester. So also at 8 weeks, we actually started to inform some friends and family that we are expecting baby number 4. My mother-in-law was super excited. She pretty much was just like, I've been waiting for you guys to tell me this for quite some time, because she already knew that we did want to have a 4th child, and I guess she thought that we would have done it sooner. But at the same time, for our sanity's sake, we kind of wanted to wait until it was a little closer to Miles turning 1 year old. That way the baby and Miles will still be close in age, but at the same time it won't be like we're literally raising 2 babies at once. Not that it's anything against anyone else doing it, and if it would have happened, we would have been just as happy, but personally for our family, we felt like that was the best bet for us. So since we have mentioned to some people that we are expecting, a lot of people have been asking me if I think it's going to be a boy or a girl. A lot of pregnant women, including myself, kind of have a feeling or an inkling that it may be one particular gender. It might not always be correct, but we do tend to have some motherly instincts. For me this time around, I know like being sick and nauseous doesn't determine the gender of the baby, but for me, I feel like, I don't know, I'm really feeling like this time it's going to be a girl. Not only because I do feel sick and nauseous, and the one baby boy that I did have, I felt perfectly fine the entire pregnancy, but I just feel like this pregnancy is so similar to my 2 girls, and by that it is, you know, morning sickness is one of those things, exhaustion as well, decrease of appetite. Like I feel like a lot of the similar symptoms and just things I experienced with my pregnancies with my 2 daughters is what I'm experiencing with this one, as opposed to my pregnancy with Miles, where I pretty much felt fine. I felt normal the entire pregnancy, and I didn't even have really any morning sickness. So I don't know, I feel like that's kind of swaying me a bit. Usually I do have like one of those pregnancy dreams where you're like delivering a baby and you're like looking down and you see whether it's a girl or a boy. With both my girls, I dreamt that they were going to be boys and they were girls. With my son, I dreamt that he was going to be a girl and he's a boy. This time around, I haven't had like any dreams at all. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm just so busy, and by the time I hit the bed with all the other symptoms and things that are going on in my life, I just pass out instantly, and as a result I don't have time to dream, or maybe I wake up and just don't remember the dream. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't had any dreams, which I realized the other day, and I was like, huh, that's usually by now I would have had a dream. Like, this is my 8-week video, but technically right now I'm 10 weeks pregnant, so I still haven't had a dream yet, but who knows, like there's plenty of time for that to happen if it's gonna happen. But so far I'm really thinking girl. My husband would love for Miles to have a younger brother. I would as well, honestly, because I love that whole sibling dynamic. Like I know with the girls, they're 2 years apart and they get along pretty well when they're not bickering. But it would have been nice to see Miles with a little brother. But at the same time, you know, growing up, I had a younger brother, and even though I'm a girl and he's a boy, we were still extremely close. We were a little over a year apart. But yeah, we were like best friends. So at the same time, it would be nice to see that, you know, kind of friendship build with Miles if he was to have a younger sister. So I feel like either way we'll be super excited. Honestly, the good thing about if this baby's a boy, then there's less things that we need to buy and less things we have to do to prepare. But if it's a girl, there's gonna be lots of shopping to do. So yeah, that's honestly like what I'm feeling. I don't know, I could be wrong. We are kind of on the fence about finding out the gender. Okay, my husband wants to find out the gender, but for me, I don't know, like I would prefer not to find out the gender again like we did with Miles. It's that one thing, like it's just a fun surprise, let me just put it that way. It would be a nice surprise, like to give birth again and be like, oh, it's a boy, or oh, it's a girl. So that's one of the things that I really enjoyed about it. At the same time, my husband did not like it because he feels like it's more exciting to know the gender and shop for that particular gender. So we're kind of on the fence. My husband probably won't be able to make it to 90% of my appointments because, you know, he's in the military and he has 101 things that he's always doing. So I feel like if that time comes around and if he's not going to be there for the ultrasound, I don't think I would want to find out without him if we did decide to, you know, find out the gender. So I don't know if maybe I would do like an envelope or like a gender reveal type situation, or if I would just be like, I don't want to know, you know. But at the same time, it's like, but if it's a girl, I will have so much things to buy and things to prepare for, and do I really want to like give birth and be like going crazy on Amazon, you know? But regardless, as mentioned, we will be happy no matter what. Other than that, week 8 has definitely been a little more difficult than weeks 6 and 7, and you know, it's to be expected because the baby's getting bigger, more hormones are developing within my body, and you know, as a result of that, I'm going to feel more like worn out. I feel like when it comes to the kids, like going to different like activities and things like that throughout the day, I instantly like regret the fact that I'm out, but I can't like selfishly stay at home all day and be like, sorry kids, mommy doesn't feel good, so we're not going out, you know, all the time. And as I mentioned in my last video, since I've been taking that medication, it has given me the ability to do more things, and I don't want to just like lay around all day, you know, especially since it is summer and the fresh air is nice. But overall, like at this stage, I just feel like crawling into bed and just staying there. I've been going to bed so early because I've been so exhausted, and I am just looking forward to the second trimester, guys. I know I mentioned it, but I'm still looking forward to second trimester when I start feeling somewhat normal again. So guys, that is my 8-week pregnancy update. There aren't tons and tons of changes that I've noticed within my body. I still don't have a baby bump just yet. I feel like it's still 90% bloat. So I don't really have much to report on that. I feel like morning sickness is still pretty prominent right now within my pregnancy, and there's not tons of symptoms to report on other than that. But I did want to share with you guys that I got my first ultrasound and baby's doing healthy and well, and we are extremely happy and excited for the next upcoming appointments, and I'm already counting down the seconds until the next ultrasound. So that's enough babbling. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're pregnant as well, please leave a comment. I love catching up with you guys, seeing how your pregnancies are doing, and just overall connecting with you guys. If you enjoy my channel, please feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.